Good morning, guys. How are you all? I'm just going to be sitting here putting on my normal stuff for the day and then answering some questions, and then I might start recording some more lectures if you guys are interested in listening to those. Good morning, everybody. How are you all doing? Good morning. So I took today off from my full-time job because I have a hair appointment later on this afternoon. But I figure since it's not till later this afternoon, hop on here, do some chats, answer some questions. I might even start recording some of those lectures like we did the other night with the pharmacology one. I'm in the process of working on midterm and anatomy. So I'm gonna hopefully get that one done today. Kayla, I'm doing good today. What would you say would be a good study split? Can you explain what you mean by that, Renee? I'm not sure what you're asking about with the study split. Mary, so you told somebody to pick Legacy over AAPC. Thanks for the referral. Absolutely. Make sure that you let them know that that TRCC code will get them 10% off too. Because every little bit counts. Every little bit helps. I'm trying out a new mascara. I'm not sure if I like it. It's one that I have had shoved in a drawer forever. I normally use Benefits FanFest, but this one is one that I had stuck in a drawer and I had to throw it out. Sorry, my brain. I had a case of allergic conjunctivitis earlier this week because I live in Kentucky and allergies are horrible. And so just in case it wasn't allergic, I went ahead and threw everything out. I think I was going to be getting rid of that tube anyways because it was starting to dry out. And so I found this one. And this is Kylie Cosmetics. It's the Wisp Lash. It's actually pretty nice. It's a little bit wetter than what I like, but it separates the lashes really well. In case anybody's in the market for a new one. Like I said, my go-to lately has been the Benefit FanFest. But since I was opening up a new tube, I figure why not try this one out? That's actually pretty good. The workbook, book prep, YouTube videos. It's awesome. Okay, so what to do when? Okay, so remind me, are you doing a AAPC course? Are you doing our course? Or is it just you're supplementing with our information? So if you're doing an AAPC course and you have Blackboard, okay, so self-study. Okay, thanks for the reminder. I feel like I feel like I talk to so many people, like I mix so many people up, and I don't like to assume that everybody's doing ours, so I want to make sure. So do the interactive lectures in Blackboard. Okay, that's going to kind of give you a solid foundation to build on. I have mascara all over my lid. I'm going to have to clean that up. It's going to give you a solid foundation to kind of like build on. From there, then do your book prep. Or you can do your book prep while you're listening to the interactive lecture. Some people will do those at the same time. And then do the YouTube videos. That'll be kind of the second time that you've seen the information, and hopefully it is starting to kind of stick at that point. And then after you've done that, then do your assignments. Okay. So the reason that we're waiting to do the assignments last is so that we have absorbed as much as we can. We've seen it. We've repeated it. Repetition kind of makes it stick a little bit better. And then from there, you can do your you can do your practical application assignment. And then you can do your chapter review exam. And you've seen it multiple times. The beauty with especially the self-paced courses, you can kind of go at your own pace, right? So you can figure out what works for you and your brain, because what works for other students may not work the best for you. So you can do things however they work for you. How difficult is it getting a job right after certification? So it's going to depend on a multitude of things. If you are only looking at jobs that are in your area and you're not looking for remote or vice versa, then that can hinder. If you don't have a professionally written resume, that can hinder as well. So make sure that you have your resume that is completely written and reviewed by someone professional, so that they can give those keywords and those key phrases and things like that from there. Sarah, you have your final exam for coding class this Wednesday, PCS and CM. Good luck. PCS makes my brain hurt. PCS makes my brain feel like it's in a blender. And it is on high. It may even be on turbo speed at some points. So good luck. Do I have any upcoming E&M training? I personally do not. Sarah Reagan, who is one of our, well, she does our resumes, but she also is a certified coder, E&M. And she does our E&M boot camp. She just had one this past weekend. But let me look and see when her next one is. We do have an on-demand E&M bootcamp that you can do if the next live one isn't for a minute. I'm pulling up the website here to look. Yeah, her next live one is not going to be until July the 19th. So there is always that on-demand bootcamp that you can do. Quizlets, yeah. Make sure with Quizlets, Renee, you are actually reading your guidelines, because there are some questions that are out on Quizlet that are not the most up-to-date and accurate. So make sure that you are reading your rationales. If you get something wrong, then read your rationales and make sure that your guidelines match, like with your current code set. PCS is hard, Sarah. I have tried to learn PCS multiple times. I know enough to be dangerous with PCS. Hang on, I'm going to grab some concealer because my eyes are rather dark today. trying to find the one that I want. I have a couple of them. Well, I have a lot of them. Sorry, as you can tell, that whole thing back there is all makeup. So I have a whole lot. I hardly ever wear it, but I have a whole lot. The discount code is TRCC. Sorry, my allergies are something fierce today. So obviously I don't have any foundation on, but the one that I'm using is a serum concealer. So it helps just kind of offset some of it. And it sits really light. I think I might have even gotten too much of that. Do I have a boot camp for CRC? I do not. I'm currently working on creating one, but I do not currently have one. We do only have one official practice exam in our package, but we have a ton of unofficial questions that were written by AAPC that we get as part of our license. And so we can create additional practice exams for you. They just won't be in that exam platform. There we go. Looks much better. Probably should have done this before the mascara, but it's fine. You didn't pass the practice exam. So you can do the practice exams multiple times. That's kind of the nice thing about the practice exams. Now, I mean, granted, you can do them too much and just essentially memorize the question. But if you want, if you email myself and Rachel, we can create additional practice exams for you. Now, the $1 million question is, I have to go wipe this off. I'll be right back. I thought I had a washcloth in here, but I don't. What's everybody up to today? Anything fun? I want to let you guys know I have shirts. The order's going in tomorrow. So the shirts are, this is obviously a hoodie, but I just ordered this one for myself to see kind of the quality of them. So I don't know if I'm going to offer the hoodies from a big order standpoint, just because they're not cheap. But I have shirts. So this is a Bella Canvas t-shirt. They're true to size, so they're actually really nice. So this is the blue, obviously. I have blue, pink, black, and gray. This is the front. It's got my logo on it here. And then on the back, Let me unmirror this so you guys can see what it says. So it has medical coder. There we go. Trying to get it to where you guys can see it. So this is really nice. These are $30 a piece if you want to order them. They are, well, 30 if you do small to extra large. And then I do have to add an extra $2 just because the person that's doing them is upcharging for the extra sizes just due to cost. And then it's 32 for 2X and above. So if you're interested in a shirt, there's a link in my bio that you can go to. It's a Square site. So if you purchase before tomorrow, I can't promise that I'm going to put in another order after this one. But if you guys are continuing to be interested, I probably will. But if you guys are interested, I am putting in an order tomorrow for the shirts. $30 for blue or for small through extra large. And then 32 for 2X and above. Sarah, yeah, you can even order it before and just use it as your motivation. I've had a lot of people that have wanted to order, but they haven't been certified. And they, you know, I even had a couple people say, I ordered it. I'm not certified yet, but I'm going to use it as my motivation. Yes, Mary, they are true to size. Yep. I typically will wear an extra large in shirts, and this fits really, really well. That's why I chose to do Bella Canvas, is because Bella Canvas actually has, they don't really shrink too much, even though they are 100% cotton. Like, they don't shrink like normal shirts. Because if I do like a Gildan shirt or something like that, and like if I order something that's a Gildan, then width-wise it fits, but then it shrinks lengthwise, and I have a tall back, so I can't deal with shirts that shrink up. Type thing. But yeah, so they are true to size. And so I will place the order tomorrow, and it will be not this coming Monday, but the Monday after. So like a week and then like 2 days. When they come in. And as soon as they come in, I will get them shipped out. So I have blue, black, pink, and gray. Oh, something else I wanted to kind of chat about. The website had a glitch in it yesterday, and we had to update the files for book prep. In the update, it was working. We both went to bed. Rachel is 3 hours behind me. We both went to bed, and then middle of the night, it decided it wasn't going to work. So I'm waiting for Rachel to get up, because like I said, she is still 3 hours behind me. So it's 6 a.m. where she's at. So she is not up yet. But if you have purchased book prep on the website, then your book prep may not be downloading for whatever reason. I don't know what it is. I don't have access to it. But if you are needing book prep before it gets fixed on the website, shoot me a message or shoot me an email with your order number, and I will give you a temporary fix until we can get the website working. Mary, I did do a highlighter video. I was not a big fan of any of them from the highlighter standpoint. So I am going to be sending these back. A lot of them bled. Some of them I just wasn't a big fan of them. I've been trying to edit the video, the live, so I can kind of cut it down into just a regular video that I can post. But like I said, I wasn't super excited about any of them. So I haven't really been in too much of a hurry, because it's not like I'm like ranting and raving over any of them. But I had 5 different ones that I did. And then you can see that some of them erased fairly well. And then these are the 5. Again, erasable wise, I'm not a big fan because they bled. I'm still just going to stick with my tried and true of the Sharpie highlighter for the yellow because it's nice and bright. It doesn't bleed. And then my Mr. Pens from a colored highlighter standpoint. So the orange and the pink that I use. So just know that. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out what. Oh, okay, there we go. But did I order them or did I? Hang on. I started to order some Bible highlighters, but I don't know if I actually. I don't know if I actually ordered them or if I just put them in my cart. And I'm going to be a week later going, where are the highlighters that I ordered and realize that I didn't? No, I did not. And apparently, they're not even in my cart anymore. So it could have been a dream where I started to order them. I don't know. So let's look at some Bible highlighters. And see, but one thing I did do the other day, which I was fairly impressed, because you all know I rant and rave over my micron pens, right? My Pigma microns. But I think I might have found a more affordable alternative. Mr. Pens has a multi-liner. Yeah, Mr. Pens has a multi-liner that it is in the 01 tip. And I used these the other day when we were testing them, and I really, really like them. So when I book prep on Sunday for the subscription, I'm going to use those and see if I like those just as much. These are felt tip pens, so they're a little bit thicker. So I won't use these in my book, but I will likely use them just like for an everyday type pen. I really liked the way that they write. And that sticker back there is going to drive me crazy. It's kind of cute though. Every Mr. Pen thing comes with a little mustache sticker. Yeah, see. But yeah, I think these are going to be a good go-to every day. I don't know if I've added the pens to my shopping or to my favorites list on Amazon. Let me look. Come on. I have the hiccups. Well, if I can figure out there we go. I was trying to find, I need to bookmark this page because bookmark. There we go. That way I can get to it. So here's this. Do I have the Mr. Pens? I have the Mr. Pens highlighters, but I need to add the Mr. Pens multi-liners. Good morning. Hey, Carmen. I don't remember if I said good morning, but if I did not, good morning. My brain, technology-wise this morning, is orders. Mr. Pin. So I'm adding the drawing pins, which are the ones that are the 0.1. And then the felt tips. I'm adding both of those to my Amazon list now. If you guys are interested in those. And they're really not bad. It's $8.99 for a pack of 8. Is that how many is in here? Can I count today? Yes, for a pack of 8. And then these are $7.85 for a pack of 8. Hey, Vanessa. Thanks so much for the feedback. I appreciate it. I'm glad that they're helping you. Do I teach courses? I do. I have a CPC course that is through AAP. Well, it's not through AAPC, but we have a license with AAPC. So it is the AAPC course. And I'm actually going to, will it let me comment? It won't let me comment. So let me hop on my personal TikTok. I'm going to comment with the link for the Amazon. Well, the link is in the bio, but I'll still go ahead and do it. Thanks, Christina. I actually have shirts that are available with this logo on it. The link to order those are in my bio as well. So here is the link for Amazon. If you guys are interested in getting anything from a my favorites link. Sorry, Mary, my ADD'd. So yes, you can go to the link in my bio, medicalbillco.com/CPC. That is the Legacy Education website. And on there, you can see all the different courses. We have a self-paced course for $2,700. We have an instructor-led course for $3,700. Both of those courses come with the AAPC material, your textbook, workbook, all 3 of your coding manuals. You get coaching with me anytime that you need it. You get book prep, you get resume services, you get 1 year of AAPC membership, you get 2 exam vouchers, you get Practicode and an internship. So all of that is included in both of the courses. The difference between the instructor-led and the self-paced is you just get 3 hours per week, either Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday, depending on the session that you sign up for. You get 3 hours per week of instruction with me. We go through scenarios, we answer all the questions, we basically just sit and chat and use our books and make sure that you understand the material, you know how to find things, you know how to use your books, all of that kind of stuff. If you do sign up, then you can use code TRCC and it gives you 10% off. So it'll take $270 off the self-paced and it'll take $370 off of the instructor-led. I have to shoot an email really quickly, so give me just a minute while I do this. I just had a student reach out about an issue that they're having with something, so I got to get this email sent out really quickly. While I'm doing this, I want to have a conversation. Not that anybody here is guilty of anything, but I want to have a conversation about grace. When you guys contact someone, whether it be us for a course, it be someone for a job, it be whatever it is, please have grace. Please understand that there is a person behind the message that is reading it, that mistakes happen, that technology glitches, that you are not the only person that is sending an email. The reason that is something that I have wanted to talk about, I have gotten some messages lately that people get mad if I do not respond immediately. They send me a message at 11 o'clock at night and then get mad that I don't answer until the next morning. I am a human. I need sleep. I need rest. Like, things are going to happen. Okay? Not that, like I said, not that any of you guys are guilty of it, but this is something that has been weighing heavy on me for the last couple of days. And I just want to make sure that people understand that, for the lack of better words, shit happens. Okay? I know that that's probably not the most professional way for me to say it, but just know that there is a person behind that email that you are sending it to, and there are feelings that are involved in that person. Hey, Jeanette. Yeah, so that's what I'm dealing with right now. I know that, like, the last couple of days, I feel like I've been super not as responsive with comments, and it's because I've been dealing with a lot of crap on the back end, putting out fires and trying to get people to realize that it's a little frustrating. But I just want to just remind you guys that I understand that you guys might be frustrated with whatever the situation is, not necessarily with us, but just in life in general, or with a company or whatever. But understand that when you send an email, when you call someone, it's not just this soulless person that is answering your emails or resolving your issue. There are people behind that email or that phone call that have feelings and have a life, and that people are not perfect. Like, I wish I was perfect. Actually, no, I don't, because I don't, because that wouldn't make me human. But people are not perfect. Technology is not perfect. Glitches are going to happen. A couple of weeks ago, like, you guys, I think there were a couple of you all that were on here, we were having issues with our website, and this server went down like 5 times in a week. And so we had to completely move over to a new server, and that took time. Most of the people were patient and understanding. There were a few bad apples, and unfortunately bad apples ruin it for a lot of people. But I have very quickly come to realize that, like, I'm going to bend over backwards for you guys to get what you all need. But also, I'm not going to sacrifice my mental well-being to do it. And if you guys are nicer, as the Southern saying goes, you attract more flies with honey they end with vinegar. You reach out and you're polite and you're nice, and they will more than likely be willing to work with you. But if you reach out and you are rude and nasty and condescending and entitled and all of those things, you're kind of going to go to the lower of the list, because I'm going to take care of the people that are nice first, and then I'll get to the other people when I get to it. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Keith, I do teach coding, medical coding. Yep. All right. What is my specialty? So I do not currently work in a specialty. I work on the insurance side of things, and I have done multiple different specialties, but I've never completely been in a single specialty, if that makes sense. Hey, Kimmy. Thanks, Liz. I appreciate it. I'm glad that they've helped you. I'm glad that they have been a big help for you guys. In no way, shape, or form do I want anybody to think that I come on here and go on my rant because I want people to feel bad for me. I really don't. But I just want you guys to understand that, like, it's just common decency to realize that you know, sometimes you just need that gentle reminder that there are people behind the things that happen, and sometimes technology sucks and sometimes technology glitches. Because I know I need that reminder too. I get frustrated, absolutely, when my cable goes out or my internet goes out. I get frustrated, but I don't lash out. I might complain in my house. But I'm not going to go out and publicly shame anybody, and I'm not going to go out, and I realize that there's probably something that happened and they're going to work to fix it, but they need to know that something's not working, and just politely letting them know is the best way to go about it. So you were on the study group Wednesday, decided to log off because you weren't in that chapter and got confused. Yeah. Especially, and that's kind of the bad thing about like joining the study group. Like, it's good to join it to kind of like become familiar with it, but sometimes it is not easy when you aren't in that chapter and it's way over your head and you feel like you're playing dodgeball, right? But yeah, so, and that's part of the reason that I record them as well, is so whenever you do get to, what's the word I'm trying to say, to that section, then you can go back and listen to them for sure. So Keith, you want to do OT, PT, speech pathology, all audiology? I will be totally honest. I haven't really done a whole lot of those specialties. So I don't know that I would be like the best like to be able to give you like super specialized advice on that end. They will likely, if you were to go work in that specialty, they will likely want you to be the CPC, which in order to be certified CPC, you kind of have to know broad knowledge of everything versus specialized knowledge. And then you can specialize and kind of hone in those skills from the therapy standpoint. Do you have to be a legacy student to join boot camp? No. If you are a legacy student, it's included in your package, so you don't have to purchase it separately. If you are not a legacy student, then the link to register is in the bio, or in my bio. It's medicalbillcode.com/CPC. And you can get the, you can register on there. If you are purchasing anything on the website, use code TRCC and get 10% off. You signed up for the CPC program. Awesome. Welcome to the Legacy family. That's exciting. Have you gotten your materials yet, or are you still waiting on all of that to come in? Boot camp. Is it the same as the CPC group, or is it more of it? So boot camp is intense. Boot camp is literally 8 hours from 8 a.m. until like 5 or 6 p.m., depending on how quickly we go through the information. And then we get a 1 hour lunch in there. So that's why it's a little bit longer. But boot camp is 8 hours of review. So it's not meant to replace a CPC program. It is meant to refresh. So when you are going through the course, then we know that things that happen at the beginning and things that you learn at the beginning tend to kind of like go into the back of our minds, and we don't we need a refresher on those. So that's what boot camp is we do a high level overview and we talk about the most important topics, the most important guidelines, the things that are likely to show up on the exam. And that's not guaranteeing that they will, but the things that are likely to show up on the exam. And it's basically just 8 hours of me throwing all of the information at you again. It is recorded, so you can always go back and listen to the recording if it gets too fast paced and your brain turns to mush about 2 hours in. So that recording is available for you guys. And then it also includes 2 practice exams. They are not official practice exams, but they are questions that are written by AAPC. So they will mimic the verbiage and the types of questions that you could potentially see. And then lastly, it includes the ICD-10-CM annotated guidelines. I do not personally do one-on-one coaching for students that are not of Legacy, but we do have a coach. Her name is Kristen, that does do coaching for students that are not Legacy students. And so you can get that link in my bio to reach out to Kristen. She does do a complimentary 30-minute consultation to kind of like sit down and formulate a plan and let you know kind of like what to expect. And then you can you can either accept to, schedule appointments with her, or, you guys can come up with a plan of things that you can do on your own. So if you're looking for coaching, go out to the link in my bio. And then it's a little bit further down, but there is a link for Kristen, Coach Kristen, and it's on Calendly. Natalie, you just jumped in. Are you wanting more information on the boot camp? Is that what you're asking about, Natalie? Julie, you're in the class that starts next week on Wednesday. Let me look. I haven't even I haven't even looked at the roster. Like I have because I've updated the invites and stuff, but is it Jaleesa? Is that you, Julie? On the boot camp. Okay, so boot camp is 8 hours. The next one that I have is May 31st, so in a couple of weeks. We start at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and then we go essentially all day long until I talk until I'm blue in the face, and then I eventually sound like Charlie Brown's teacher to you guys. But we go through all of the information that is likely to show up on the exam. So like your hot topics, your important guidelines, things along those lines. It is recorded, so that is available for you guys to go back and listen to. Sorry, I have the hiccups. It is available for you guys to go back and listen to if it gets a little overwhelming, because it's overwhelming for me and I've done it multiple times. So I know it's a lot of information. So we record that so you guys can go back and listen to it as you need. And then it includes 2 practice exams. It includes CEUs if you're already certified. Sorry, my brain like totally just stopped working. And then it includes your ICD-10-CM annotated guidelines. So the link to register for boot camp is up in my bio. It is medicalbillco.com/CPC. And then you'll go to the boot camp section and then you'll purchase from there. If you do register, make sure you use code TRCC, and that drops it down from $150 to $135. So it takes 10% off, which is really nice. Jesse, I will be drinking coffee with you because even though it's 8 a.m. here, it is still too early for my brain to do it uncaffeinated. I can't even do things at 2 o'clock in the afternoon if I'm not caffeinated, if I'm being totally honest. But yeah, so I have some people that have done it before on the West Coast and it's 5 a.m. But I don't start it later in the day because that would have me going until like 9 o'clock my time. And so that way at least like I have some structure to my day for sure. So, but again, that's another reason why we record it is because we know time zones are different. So your brain may not fully wake up until 2 hours in for sure. Jaleesa, were you the one that sent me an email, or Julie? Do you go by Julie, I'm assuming? Or do you want me to, I'll probably call you the wrong thing because I've done it twice probably. Were you the one that sent me an email the other day about the link not working? Or was that someone else? I'm looking back here through all of my emails. Julie is fine. Okay. It wasn't you. I'm trying to remember who it was. So I sent out the initial email with a link to OneDrive. OneDrive is throwing an absolute temper tantrum, and we have made the official decision to leave OneDrive in our rearview mirror. And we are now switching over to Dropbox from a student perspective. So the email that I sent originally that had the OneDrive link in it, ignore that one. And then go with the one that is in your, what's the word? Invite for class on Wednesday. Who was it that sent me that email then? Was it McCann? Now I am totally questioning whether or not I wrote back to that email. This is behind the scenes of my ADD brain of trying to remember if I've done certain things or if I dreamt. Just like I started to do the Bible highlighters on Amazon and totally spaced out. So, let me do that real quick. I need to find a couple different types of Bible highlighters to use. I've used the Mr. Pen, so I'm not going to get those because I already know that I have those and like them. Let's see. What other ones? I know I do not like gel highlighters. I have tried that. So, Julie, completely ignore the OneDrive. The OneDrive is not going to be updated moving forward. So, just kind of like forget that that link even exists. Sorry, I apologize completely for the confusion. Like I said, we thought that the OneDrive was fixed whenever I sent that email out. And then somebody had responded and told me that the OneDrive was not working. So then I just made the executive decision to leave OneDrive in the past and go with Dropbox. Sorry, guys, my allergies are awful. All right, so here's another Bible highlighter. It's a different brand. I'm going to get a couple different ones and see what I like or see if I'm just going to stick with Mr. Pens for recommendations. Because I always like to, know what it is that whatever it is I'm recommending is the best. So I'm trying to try everything. What else do you guys want to see me try? So I've tried erasable highlighters. Struck out on that. I wasn't super excited with any of those. I have the Mr. Pen, fine liners, I think is what they're called. I don't know, my brain. Multi-liners. I'm going to try these in book prep. I really like them on regular paper. So I'm going to try those in book prep on Sunday and see if I like those. I've got some tabs that are coming from Medical Coding Girl, I think is her name. I've got some tabs that are coming. I know I'm not a huge fan of tabs. You guys have heard me say that over and over and over again. But for those that do tab, I want to try to find ones that I can recommend and stand behind if you guys want tabs. Have I tried erasable pens? Yes and no. I have tried some erasable pens. I have not found one that I'm in love with. One of the things that I did during the live is I did have an erasable pen that I found, but it was a super gray ink and not a black. It says it's black ink, but it's super, super light and super transparent. It erased really well, but I can try to find one. I don't know that I would use it in book prep, because I don't want to, I don't know. I feel like my gel pens they're not even gel. They're like I don't even know how to explain it. It's not a true gel. I don't know. Let's look. Let's see. I've got 3 different types of Bible highlighters. Let's do erasable pens. So if you know anything about me and you have watched me talk, you will very quickly realize that I am a pen snob. I have certain pens that I like. I will use 4 different types of pens. I will use one for a book, one for a single sheet of paper, one in a notebook. Like I'm very picky about my pens. So I don't know. I'll try. I don't know that I'll like erasable pens, but we'll see. Let me find some. And see what I can find. Here's one that's a 22 pack. Should try those. My husband's probably going to open up the Amazon mail in a couple of days and be like, why do you have 800 things of pens and highlighters and you just sent some of them back? I know it's going to end up being a big deal. So he should know by now. Just don't question. Because if you all saw how many pens I have back. And I've tried different pens and I found some really cute pens, but then I didn't like the way that they write. So then they just sit there. And I'm really picky about like the way that the pen holds, if that makes sense. I don't like super thin ones. Like I got this and it's super thin and I don't like it. It like has a weird, so Angie, you found erasable pens that you love. Which ones are they? Do you have them with me? Can you tell me which ones they are and I'll try them? Yes, Mandy. Yes. I'm so glad I have found my people. I found my people. Because yes, I really, really only like blue ink. I don't like black ink a whole lot. I'll use it if I have to, but I prefer blue ink. And then it can't be like dark like navy because then it looks black and I might as well just use a black pen at that point. Are you allowed to use whiteout if you make a mistake in your book? Yes, absolutely. The only thing is you want to make sure that you're not whiting out like a super large area. Just only do like 1 or 2 stripes if you have to. Don't use liquid. I will tell you that. The pages of the book do not like liquid whiteout. So make sure that you get like your, which I'm almost out of this. Make sure you get one of these. So that's one thing I need to. Friction on ball clicker by Pilot. I think I have those. I think that's one of the ones that I added in my cart. Nope, just kidding. I didn't, but I will. Because I saw them. Where'd they go? Those are marker pens. Friction, clicker, erasable. Oh, these are even cute. These have dots on them. Those are cute. Are they gel? Oh, the other thing that I get really picky about is the tip. Like the size of the tip. That's another thing that I'm super picky about. I'm not a huge fan of 0.7. Which I didn't even think about looking at the others to see. Have to wait for it to dry completely before erasing. Good to know. What pen size is this? It just says fine point. I guess we'll find out. Because it doesn't tell me if it is 0.5 or 0.7. Needle point tip, yeah. Yeah, these are, I think all of the ones I'm seeing are 0.7, but we'll find out. We'll try them. We'll see. Worst case, because I have 2 sets of highlighters here. that I can't return. For some reason, Amazon's not letting me return, and I'm not super excited about that, but it is what it is. So I have 2 sets of highlighters here. I might just give these away. I probably will, to be honest. That way I don't have them just sitting here. 0.7, yeah. That's why, like with these, the Pigma Microns that I've been using, I can choose the tip size. So the 01, or like I have a 05, and then these Mr. Pins ones are all 01s. You can choose your tip as well. And I really like the whole like idea behind Mr. Pin, because it's, you know, a small business. They're in Louisiana, I think is what it says. Yeah, group of teachers from Louisiana. So I really like just like the whole business concept behind the Mr. Pins too. If I can support small business, I absolutely try to, for sure. But I will... Hi, Papa. That big man. One of the dogs just came in here and decided that I needed to pay attention to him, and I needed to pay attention to him now. Hi, dear sweet boy. You have fuzz on your face. You got boogers. You're rotten. Are you rotten? Yeah. You're not camera shy today. You normally are. What? Is that all you wanted? Just a couple scratches and you're good? What do you want? I'll take you out in a minute. You're just going to go bark at the air and the birds. That's all we're going to do. I know, because that's all you ever do. I don't know if you all have dogs, but mine are just as crazy and demanding as children. What are y'all doing this weekend? I don't know if you all are anywhere. I'm in Louisville. I'm in Kentucky. If anybody knows anything about Louisville and anything about Kentucky, the first Saturday in May, I will be nowhere near it. It is Derby. I will be absolutely nowhere near it. I've grown up here my entire life, and I refuse to go into the chaos of Derby. So I'm going to stay far away, and I will stay in my house without the crowds. Good morning, Elaine. Actually, I'm going to be working quite a bit tomorrow. I've got a class I had to reschedule from earlier this week when my internet went out because of storms. And then I've got the TikTok live that I'm doing in the morning for the subscribers for scenario reviews. So I got a lot going on tomorrow. What's your question, Elaine? I'm happy to answer anything you got. So here's my thought process. I have to finish recording midterm and anatomy. There's only like 20 slides left or so. I don't even have to record all 20 because some of them are just terms, like root words and prefixes and suffixes and stuff. And then after that, I need to record. What have I recorded and what do I still need to record? I need to record Intro to ICD-10. intro to CPT. So I'll probably go live a little bit later too, because I'm gonna have to let the dogs out here in just a second. But I will probably go live here in a little bit and do some recordings like I did earlier in the week if you guys want to kind of join me. And it'll be a quote unquote free lesson. You'll just have to hear me record the same slide like 5 times on some of them because I will get tripped up on words. And then I started doing that earlier in the week with pharmacology. And it kind of gives everybody, one, you can listen to this, the material as I'm doing it. And then 2, a lot of people like to see what's behind the scenes because you may think, oh, well, it only takes her 20 minutes to record something for a 20-minute recording. And it takes a whole lot longer because I have to repeat some slides like 7 times because my poor brain does not want to get words out. Especially with that pharmacology one because it's got a lot of like crazy terms in it. But if I finish up med-term and anatomy and then ICD-10 today, would you all want to join in on another live? Yeah? Okay. So Elaine, your question, how do you know if you need an excludes one because sometimes it's not right there? So here's where it comes into play. Okay, let me grab my ICD-10 book. If you have a code, I'm just throwing books. It's totally fine. Totally fine. Sorry, my phone just decided to do something weird. If you have a code, like let's just say, let me find one that has an excludes one. Okay, so let's say we're looking at I-87.032. I'm just picking a code, right? So I-87.032, right there. You don't have anything in your I-87.03. So your instinct should be, I need to flip back a page and I need to go look at my I-83 category. And my I-83 category is going to have it here. So what this means, and it's not even I-83, it's I-87. My gosh, I-87.032. We're going to go back to the I-87 category. And this is going to have our excludes one. Okay. So this is going to tell us, or the I-87.0. This is going to tell us that that excludes one applies to that entire category or subcategory. And so we need to make sure that we're not just looking at that code. And we always need to go up to the top of the subcategory and the top of the category to make sure that we don't have those instructional notes there. Code first, code also, includes or excludes one, excludes two, includes notes, things along those lines. All right, guys, he's coming in here again, so I know he's really got to go outside. Let me take the dogs out. Let me get them situated for a couple of hours, and then, or let me get them situated so they're good for a couple of hours, and then I will come back on. We will finish recording med-term and anatomy, and then we will start on ICD-10-CM. I do have an appointment this afternoon, so I'm not going to be able to do it all day, but I will do as much as I can. So make sure that you guys have your notifications turned on my profile so that you guys get notified whenever I do go live, if you don't already have those on, so that whenever I am live, you guys can know and not just come by happenstance. So let me go take care of them for a little bit, and then I will be back probably, I don't know, like 20, 30 minutes. And we will start, or we'll finish up med-term and anatomy, and then I will start on ICD-10-CM. You all have a good one. I'll talk to you soon.